Hi everybody, I'm Matt McMurray from Campus Automotive in Blacksburg, Virginia, and today we have the new Toyo Open Country RT Trail. The Toyo Open Country RT Trail is only the second tire that Toyo has developed in the United States. It's been positioned between the Open Country AT3 and the Open Country MT. The biggest difference between this tire and the regular Toyo Open Country RT is going to be the smooth, quiet nature on the highway. The Toyo Open Country RT Trail is not 3-peak snowflake rated, so it's better suited for trucks that live below the snow belt. But I think it'll perform well in wintry conditions, particularly in deep snow. So the first thing you notice about the Toyo Open Country RT Trail is how similar it looks to the Nitto Recon Grappler AT and the Ridge Grappler. It has a very attractive design, and I would say it's a little more aggressive than most all-terrain tires, which makes it a hybrid terrain tire. The Toyo Open Country RT Trail was developed with input from the overland community. Overlanding has become increasingly popular as of late, and the challenges in the scope of the terrain that overlanders drive on include a multitude of different surfaces. The best applications for the Toyo Open Country RT Trail are body-on-frame SUVs, light-duty half-ton pickup trucks, and heavy-duty pickup trucks. So the first thing we notice is this tire has a really thick sidewall in comparison to other tires, so it's really going to protect it off-road. Both sidewalls are exactly the same on this tire, which is different than some of the Nittos that have two different sidewalls that you can choose from. On Toyos, they're all the same sidewall. Both sides are exactly the same. So raised black letters here, 10-ply rating. So you'll see that this is a load range E tire. We also notice that we have a pretty substantial rim protector right here to protect those expensive wheels and to keep you really off the curbs more than anything else. But in off-road conditions, it can protect your wheels too. But you see these side biters right here. You can see how thick and meaty they are, so that when you air this tire down, you can get a ton of traction in the mud and in the deep snow and in the sand. This is going to be an extremely good tire in the sand just because of its design. Again, we have this rib right here, which I think is made to keep the noise down. I have no confirmation of that, but based on what I've seen from some other tires, this mold line is meant to keep the noise down. We see that this tire is made in the USA, which is a great thing for me. So we move down here and we see that this tire is a LT 275/70 R18. Now what's interesting about Toyo tires is they have a little patch that will tell you right here what the outer diameter and the outer width is. So this metric size 275/70/18 is equivalent to an outer diameter of 33 inches and an outer width of 10.5 inches. So the first thing we notice when we take a deep dive into this tread is the tread blocks have large grooves in between each block. So it's a little bit larger than your typical all-terrain tire would be. That's why we consider it a hybrid terrain tire. So the voids are larger than an all-terrain tire, but a little bit smaller than a mud terrain tire or dedicated off-road tire. But these blocks, you can see that there are tons of biting edges on these blocks, and they're oriented in a way so that when you're going down the highway, there's this consistent patch along the tread blocks, and that keeps the noise down. So there's always a block on the road so that the blocks don't slap the road and cause a roaring sound. Typically these will be a lot quieter than your average mud terrain tire. But looking at each block, you'll see each block has some siping. Some of the sipes look like full depth, some of them look like variable depth. You'll see this step down in these center blocks. That's just for added stability so that when you're going down the road on the highway, it doesn't squirm around. And as it wears down, that block gets a little bit bigger and keeps it more stable. It also gives us more biting edges like I talked about before. You'll notice on the outer blocks, they sort of alternate with scallops on every other block. Again, that actually reduces noise, believe it or not, but also helps you with traction when aired down or in deep snow or in deep mud. These lines here are just stone ejectors that they have in between every other tread block, and that's just because there's more distance between these two tread blocks than these two. These two tread blocks are closer together. So really, these two tread blocks almost act as one big tread block with a groove in the middle. And then they put this stone ejector here with a larger distance here, and that just keeps those stones from drilling into the tire and causing a leak. These outer blocks also have lots of biting edges, just like the inner blocks. You can tell that they took their time to optimize the pattern of the tread. Obviously, Toyo's a tier 1 tire company, so they're going to do the best they can do to make the best tire that they can possibly make. So the compound that Toyo uses in this tire is much better than the compound that the lower tier Asian tires use. You also notice that everything on this tire looks robust, big, thick, strong, so that when you use this off-road, it'll hold up. That's why one of the things that Toyo did is they worked a lot with the overlanding community. And if you know anything about overlanding, overlanders, they spend a lot of time traveling on pavement. They spend a lot of time traveling off-road for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles on every kind of terrain you can imagine. Mud, gravel, rocks, regular dirt, all the things. And this tire was really developed and meant to stand up to that. Really, they're starting to look at that overlanding community, since it becomes so popular, as a test bed for all of their tire technology to see how it holds up. So it'd be interesting to see if some of the blogs that do overlanding try this tire and really put it to its paces and see how it does. One last thing to note is just how similar this tire looks to some of the Nittos. Now obviously Toyo and Nitto are sister companies, but you can see this sort of looks like the Recon Grappler AT and sort of looks like the Ridge Grappler in some ways, kind of a in between the two if you ask me. So really between Nitto and Toyo, they've covered every spectrum of the light truck tire segment. So Toyo gave the Toyo Open Country RT Trail a 45,000 mile limited treadwear warranty in all sizes, which is a little bit less than I thought it would be, since Nitto's Recon Grappler and Ridge Grappler are rated for higher mileage. The Toyo Open Country RT Trail is going to be available initially in 30 sizes from 15 inches to 24 inches, but there are plans to increase the available sizes to 47. Most of the sizes will be built right here in the United States, which is a big plus for me. The size of this tire is LT 275/70 R18 and it retails for $386.99. You can pick these tires up at tirebuyer.com, TireRack.com, or the Amazon affiliate link in the description below. On a scale of try it, watch it, or trash it, I would give it a strong try it if you're in the market for a great hybrid terrain tire. The bottom line is, I think this is an awesome tire. So if you have any questions or you would like to see me review a particular tire, drop them in the comment section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and have a great day.